friend. Welcome to or welcome back to my channel. My name is Brad and I am the Nickel City Mystic. This is episode 2 in our ASMR mini-series where we do small spiritual type things like meditation, tarot card reading, and other things as well. Because today is Tuesday and it is the full moon in Pisces, I thought I would put out a little energy check-in using the tarot. So I have 3 different crystals picked out and I will show you momentarily. And what I'm going to do is just give you a 3-card energy forecast. Now, Pisces is very intuitive. They are very in tune with their emotions. And they're represented by the 2 fish, being that they are a water element. It again goes back to that concept of emotion. They are the end of the zodiac cycle, technically. And I actually have a Pisces stellium myself, so I feel very in tune with Pisces energy sometimes as well. It's a little confusing when you think about it. I have Aries Sun, Taurus Moon, which are already opposites. Mix in a Pisces stellium, and there's a lot of interesting feelings. But enough of that, and let's get started with this ASMR mini-series. So, first things first, let's use a piece of incense to clear the space. And I'm just going to use my little piece of eucalyptus here. And I'm just going to light it. I am, again, for the sake of time, kind of moving past our intention candle. I already have that lit. But I always want to create sacred space, a safe space where you are wanted and you are welcome. Going to use this to also cleanse my cards here as well. Take a second to cleanse you. Okay. And I'll set that down and let's get started. So as I said, there are going to be 3 different crystals to choose from. And then what we'll do is we'll have just kind of a mini reading for each one. Now, full moon is a time for release. So this is a kind of high point in the lunar cycle. And again, we're looking at this in Pisces. So Pisces is looking at that emotional, intuitive, psychic side. So if you're doing any work today in relation to the full moon, it's a good time to work on psychic development. I even would recommend, if you have the ability to, taking a bath or spending some time just enjoying water in some sort of way as well. So here's what we'll do. I'm going to cut my deck in half. And now I'm going to pick our 3 piles. Okay, that's our first pile, and our first pile is for this piece of fluorite, this beautiful green color. And now I'm going to put 3 cards down for our second pile. And this is just for a raw piece of Celestite. Okay. And one more pile. And this is for our Amethyst. Just going to put our cards down and I will show you our 3 pieces again. Fluorite. Celestite. And Amethyst. So go ahead and just take a second to tune in with your breathing. This will help you to come into the moment, into this time. No matter when you are, where you are, through quantum entanglement, if you will, this reading is for you. So even if it's not the full moon on a Tuesday in March, that's okay. This reading is for you right now, right here in this moment. So as you're breathing, thinking to yourself, what card pile spoke to you? Was it the Fluorite, the Celestite, or the Amethyst? So once you have that, keep it in your mind, and I'm going to reveal the card readings now. Okay, so our first one here is for the raw Fluorite piece. And let's see. Card number 1 is, upside down. I personally don't read with reversals. So first things first is the 4 of Swords. And the 4 of Swords heralds a time of rest, a time of recuperation, and a time of recovery. So you might be taking some time to recover, restore your energy. It's oftentimes associated with a pause and taking a step back from things. Okay. Card 2 with that is the Magician. The Magician is a beautiful energy for creation and bringing about new things and manifestation. So the great thing about the Magician is that they have all of the tools that they need present. It's just about putting those tools to work. So you have a lot of materials available to you, and now it's about figuring out how to use them. So you might be coming off this time of kind of this rest and relaxation, perhaps some contemplation, and you're stepping forward into this time of creation. The great thing about the Magician is that it's also a major arcana card, so this is kind of like a major life moment that's going to start arriving for you. The last card here is the Knight of Wands. The Knight of Wands is speed, it's fiery passion, and it's happening, boom, super fast. So when I'm looking at this, I think you definitely have an idea of what you are setting your eyes on and what you would like to bring about next in your life. And as soon as you're ready to take that step, it's going to happen just like that. You're going to funnel all this energy into it, and it will propel you forward. So I think the challenge might lie therein, and when you come off a break and you come off this time of inactivity, it can be hard to get that momentum going. Tarot's kind of showing me that it might be best for you to just give it your all, take all this energy and just go right into it. That will help you to kind of get started. I know for myself, the thought of getting started is the hardest part. So I think that if you can take the time and just without even thinking, start, you'll be better off for it. Okay, so that was our first pile. Our second pile is the Celestite. Okay. So let's take a look. All right, card number 1 is the 9 of Wands. The 9 of Wands is a card of kind of holding out and doing your best to kind of gather your courage, gather your strength to step forward and keep moving. So you've been working really hard, you've been putting your passion and energy into something, and it is taking its toll, but the important part is that it's worth it and it's going to pay off in the end. In the Aleister Crowley deck, I can't for the life of me right now remember what this is. I want to say, I don't think it's Valor. It might be Strength maybe. But this is kind of that card of keeping that energy flowing and mustering up every ounce of strength that you have to keep moving forward. Your second card is the World. Love this for you. And the World is representative of completion, something coming to an end, a cycle finally reaching the end. And this is a major arcana card version. So I know that in Other times when we talk, if I say it's, the 10 of something, yes, that means the end of a cycle, but this is like a major cycle. So things are coming to an end. All of that energy that you've put forth and that you've been kind of using to spur you forward is going to pay off because that completion is there. And the world is usually a happy completion. It's a time of celebration and joy. Coming off that, though, we're hitting a bit of heartbreak with our Three of Swords. So very up and down reading here for you. So when I'm looking at this, I'm wondering if you're going to have trouble with, now that something is done, you're not going to be sure what to do next. And that's a little, in a sense, heartbreaking, okay? So the Three of Swords, for me, I usually take it as a sense of imbalance. So not always heartbreak, but kind of just being off. So I think when you reach this point of completion, you're going to feel out of balance and out of sync because something that you've spent so much time and energy in is done. So I think after that, there is a little bit of discomfort in the sense of maybe not knowing how to proceed next. But bear in mind, the world is important. The world is a huge milestone, and any type of change bears discomfort at times. So it's a minor arcana, so it's just a blip, and it will pass. Okay? All right, our final card pile is for the Amethyst. So if you selected Amethyst, listen up. All right. First things first, we have the Queen of Chalices, or the Queen of Cups. Queen of Cups is very introspective. She is someone who understands her emotions. She knows that she has them, and she is able to kind of look at them to try and understand herself. In terms of elements, this is the water of water. So very much so in that element of water, emotions, kind of aligns nicely with Pisces energy. And it's just kind of this concept of you might be taking some time to kind of look and understand your feelings a little bit better at this point. If you are endeavoring on any projects, it might be a kind of sign to step back and examine your feelings on it first before moving forward. The next card is the Chariot, and the Chariot is a major arcana card, so again, pretty major. Chariot is all about willpower, spurring oneself forward. It very much comes from that like well of emotion, right? What you really want, and kind of using that to guide you forward. So Queen of Cups, Queen of Chalices might be asking you to understand your feelings and how that might eventually propel you forward. Chariot is Cancer, so it's again water, and very much so kind of feeling. So understanding one's feelings to use that for a way to move forward. And your last card is the Emperor. So Emperor is Aries, and it is this kind of energy of order and structure, okay? Not structure in the way of the Hierophant, but structure in the way of building things and bringing them kind of taking like the wildness of the Empress and that creation and giving it purpose and order. So to me, it definitely seems like you are coming into this point where you're working towards a sense of mastery. You're working towards a sense of really establishing yourself and your power and control over something. So I definitely think this full moon or this reading time is heralding understand your emotions and use that to help you create order or create kind of that world order that you would like to see happening around you, okay? So again, 2 major arcana cards in a 3-card reading, pretty huge. So it's really telling me that there's some major life-shifting energy happening for you. So keep that in mind as well. I definitely went over my 10-minute marker here, but I hope you enjoyed this kind of mini reading. If you do enjoy these types of readings, please let me know in the comments below, as I love doing them, but the YouTube algorithm does not. So with that, stay safe, stay well, happy full moon, and until next time, bye.